Thank you. So nice to be here. Hello, everybody. I'm starting a little bit early. I have to leave a bit early too. I now have two iPads. Look, a second iPad, and this one's way nicer. However, um, I foolishly have started like while I was setting that one up a couple of days ago. I started a couple of projects on it. Oh, and I just did it again. So I can't switch over to it just yet. I mean, I can, but I can't because while it did port over what was on there, anything new is not being ported. Okay, so that was dumb of me. Just as a brief update, and it's great to see you, Dan22. I'm so glad to see you. I finished page 7 of Rabbit Fighter, which is really cool. I think my art is beginning to improve. I'm getting into this is going to be page 8. I'm getting into printmaking, but not really. So you might have recalled a couple of weeks ago, I got the Risograph kit and I've been playing around with it and trying to figure it out. And so I made a bunch of prints. The first one I made was this Hordak print right here. And now, by the way, and I look at all the colors I used on it. But the secret of the print kit is basically that you have to limit your color choices. And also, I happen to also get like some vintage paper scans that go with it. So what that is it's called Paperboy, but I got the comic set, so it's comics. Then I did This Island Earth, and I learned a bit more. Still too many layers here. It should not be 11 layers or 12 layers, but this is fairly credible. I did an Unga Bunga that wasn't that good, but this is the first time I think I got it kind of right. Over here, and I did the outlines correct. So, hey, it's Pisces Rising. How's it going? So I'm going to show how to do this. I think I figured it out, and I'm only using 2 colors now, just 2 colors. But you'll notice when they overlap, of course, that's a third color. And then I tried a couple of other things. This is the small circles right here and here are 50%. So you can get kind of a lighter thing over here, and I messed around with some stippling and things. But it starts with the outlines. You don't end up with black outlines. That was a surprise to me. So let me get rid of all these colors. We're going to get all the layers are gone except for the pencil layer. And we're going to change this to ink. And I want to show you this kind of cool trick. Where is it? I need my favorite, which is Rusty Nib. Here it is. There it is right there. And it is going to be in black to start out with, but it doesn't end up with black. So if you notice on my other prints, here's this dinosaur that I did, and then there's a caveman. That's actually not black. If you look at the outlines are, this is the correct way to do it. It's the 100% pink and 100% of the blue together make this dark purple color. So when you look at it, when we look at the layers, whoops, I think I can actually show you. This is how it should look. So let me remove all this other stuff. So there's layer 1, and then I duplicated the layer and overlaid it with the pink layer. There's the pink layer. See, when you add them together, you get this darker layer. Then I have a gradient layer that I made. Whoops. That's my reference drawing. And then I did a fill. And then I added an overprint of this pink color. And what is this color? Oh, that's just the eyeball. Look how it's this round color. That's just the eyeball. So if you look at it, just the eyeball pops in there. So it's literally taken me a month to figure all this stuff out because I'm slow. Anyways, and then this other one, I'm quite proud of this caveman guy, which I'm going to use as the new Unga Bunga design. The original Unga Bunga design is this one. Whoops. Where he's got the sort of the bear This is supposed to be a cave bear skin, and he still looks kind of 1960s Silver Age to me, so I like that. But I was gonna switch it out for this version of him. Also, if you'll notice, you see the textured dots here. This is Procreate's built-in halftones, and then I also, you see how it's got this orange error here, and there's an orange error here. That is an intentional error that I put in, and you can see it a little bit better on the dinosaur. You see this blue line right here? It's supposed to make it look like there was a printer problem. But it's actually just completely fake. Let me see if I can see this where it says adjust ink. No, it's not on that, is it? No, you know what? It's on the other one. Hang on. Is it on this one? Man, I don't know where I put the printer error in there. I think I might have just thrown it in there, but it might be that one. Nope. I think I just threw it in there. But it's actually it's like a stamp that you can put on there to simulate an error. Yeah, yeah, and it's using like this vintage comic paper texture. I don't know if you can see it. It's got like, you can see the little flecks of pulp in there and everything. But I had this idea. So this is the idea that I had, is that to do I love working in print. Like having an actual printed copy of something is super cool. It's great to have a printed object, and I've done a bunch of those, and I'm very happy with those. However, it is expensive, and it is a big pain to do all the organizing for. And also, I've been getting interested in doing zines, and I thought, here's an idea. It's going to look like it was meant to be printed, or it's an actual printed thing. Like we could change. Let me show you some of the paper things over here. I'll import one. Is actually even damaged. So like here's a damaged cover. Let's see if I can find it's age gloss, age cover. Let's try the damaged one. So you can see the paper here. It's even got like a problem right over here. And then you just take your image. And let's see if I can find the image. Let's say it's this image. Copy the canvas and stick it on the damaged one. Paste. Well, I should be more careful when I do these things, but I'll just, it makes it look like there was actually like it was actually a printed object that was maybe scanned or something, perhaps poorly, and it gives it this sort of aged look. If you look at speaking of, the first time I saw this was Ed Piskor's Hip Hop Family Tree. And I thought, okay, this would be really, really clever to do it like that. Now, one of the only bad things about this is if you do that, let's get rid of that art again, delete. The paper texture itself is not really printable. It probably is printable, but you can imagine trying to print it. It won't really look right. It won't look correct unless you have some kind of super high res photo printer or something. And then it's like you're faking printing a paper texture on actual paper. Which seems pointless. However, if you made it digital, if you just made it a PDF, and you can also, like, you can even do this for free. You can get, there's an app that you can find that'll make them into flipbooks. So it'll make it like you can swipe the pages, like on this where you can swipe the pages. Can you swipe the pages? And it's the same thing. It's a fake texture where you would swipe the pages, but it would like flip the page each time. I thought that might be fun to do a zine like that. All right, so all that aside, what I plan on doing today is I'm just going to do this pterodactyl that I drew. I've been really getting into the dinosaurs. I'm in Kubert class again, and my project, this one is you have to do something original. You have to do your own script, your own characters. You have to actually pitch, do like a 30-second pitch for your comic, as if you're trying to get some comic company, which I would never do, by the way. But you have to get some comic company to like hire you. I would just self-publish. What's the point? Unless there is really some kind of great deal out of it. But the secret, I think, is it has to do with eliminating, first of all, these black outlines. Intentionally pronounce the P in pterodactyl. Pterodactyl. I used to say, you're as subtle as the B in the word subtle, which is a very subtle letter. Okay, on the background for it, we're not gonna ink the background. We're gonna do color with no holding line. So you can see I wrote over here, the moon's gonna be pink, the sky is gonna be that green color, and where the clouds are and this kind of waft of I don't know, mist or something, that's just going to be negative space. That's my idea. Is there any comic company that you'd actually want to be hired on? That's a good question. Well, I like Arrow Comics. Quite a bit. Well, that's almost it. There's not much else to it. I like Arrow Comics. Let me see who else is there. I hear Gold Key is back, but it doesn't seem to be something I'm that interested in. I mean, I like that they're doing Figgy Furthermore, that's the perfect kind of comic. It's a Harvey style comic. Jay Stevens is awesome. Didn't you too? You would really like Jay Stevens if you read a Jay Stevens comic. I think you would like it. He or even if you read like a Harvey style comic, just Harvey, and the old Harvey comics are really cool, and I think you'd like those. However, I just don't know. I don't know why I'm so negative about it. I don't know. All right, if we do this, all right, let's just say that's what we're going for, right? And there's my ink, and there it is all by itself. All right, so if you do this, you have to alpha lock it. And what alpha locking is, you can't really tell, but you can see it's just completely transparent. It's just lines. And then you duplicate it, in this case, twice. For each one of these, you have to grab the color that you're going to use. This is the big secret. In this case, I want the pink. It's this pink. And you fill the layer, and you change it to multiply. And on the other one, you get the other color. And I think it's a green color. But which green? I have forgotten already. Well, let's say it's this green right here. And you fill that layer. Okay. Then you change that one to multiply. And then you bring back the white. Okay, and there we got it. Okay, so now it looks like a dark brown color, because really that's the green and that's the pink, and then you put them all together, clunk, 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 and you get your darkest color. After that, it's really just a matter of figuring out how you want to fill it in. So just so I remember which colors I'm using, I'm going to put them on this. I'll put them down here. I'll just put a layer 5. There's the green, and then where's the pink? I think the pink I used was, I believe it was this pink. but I think he should be like about 70%. We want to make him lighter than the average bear here. So we're going to use Risco Wet 70. And it gets its own layer right there, and it's multiplied. Okay. Here's the really tough part. So when you're coloring this guy in, if you don't lift your pencil or your pen off the if you don't stop, it won't do this. If you don't lift your pencil off the top, it'll be fine. You'll get a nice smooth layer. But if you do some like here, and then you go over here and you draw some a little more, and then you add some more, you'll notice you start to overlay your own colors, and you get this kind of smudgy, streaky effect. You don't want that. So you got to figure out a way to do the whole thing in as few swipes as possible. So you can do this. And then you can just erase. So that's what we're going to do. The only problem with this, the only problem with this approach, and there probably is a masking way to do it, to mask the color, is it's also overlaying onto your outlines again, which is making them even darker. However, it does kind of ruin some of the integrity. I've got to figure out a way to do some kind of smart select of what it is. But let's say he's a pink pterodactyl. A pink pterodactyl, that's alliteration. Even if I didn't start with a P. Pterodactyl starts with a P. All right, Sideburns made it. Hang on, Sideburns. Yes, Sideburns, I had to start early because I have to leave early. I think. Hang on. Yes, Sideburns, absolutely. Hang on. I gotta find the invite. There it is. There you are. Hey there. All right. And no rush, by the way. I know you probably just woke up. All right. So, did you learn this all by yourself? Yes, I did. I did do a lot of like research and looking things up, and I want to show you another really cool trick that it's another manga trick, but it kind of has something to do with this. And once again, this is on Ed Piskor's Switchblades. I think, what are they called? Switchblade Shorties. His Switchblade Shorties, they're actually not using black ink. Like, whoops, there goes my thing. They're not using black ink. Let me see if let me get back to that page, because this is where I did all the experiments. Hang on. It's Book of Ruin right here. Okay. So it's not using black ink. He actually uses different colored ink because old mangas used to use different colored ink, and they would use that to differentiate the stories. So I figured out how to do this, and I used that vintage paper, and I replaced the ink with a sort of like the risograph ink. So let me show you how that works, because that was a real challenge, because it's already got white in it, just because of the way I do. Let's see, as an example, let's take page 1. Where's page 1? Oh, page 1 is kind of sucky. Well, I'll take page 1 of Princess of Apshai, and we'll copy it over. So I'm going to duplicate it. All right, hang on. All right, now if you notice in here, it's got the layer 2 panels. Oh man, I guess I have got the panels and everything else has white in it. You can see the white just in the little outline here, and that's white I used to fill in there. So we can't just replace the ink like we did with the last trick. We have to do something else. So we're going to make this one pink ink, that same pink that I'm using. You make a new page, and you can even use the vintage paper if you want. But where was I? I've lost track. Here it is. We could do this one. You've got to copy the whole thing. So I've got the whole page copied. Then you make your new page at whatever size that you want it to be. Let's say we're going to make it 11 by 8.5. We take it and we fill the whole layer. Fill the whole layer in with the ink color of your choice. So there it is. The pink color is in there. And then you take it and you choose mask. And on the mask layer, it makes this mask thing over here. That is where you paste your new page. And you can see it's on there, but it's incorrect, right? It's it's white on pink. So then you just take the mask and you invert it, and then there you go. So it does the whole thing. And then you can take that, you could remove the background color, copy this again, and put it on the vintage paper. Oh, wait. Okay, he's testing Mike. Okay. I just noticed that you're here. I'll let me know when you're ready, and I'll bring you back on. In the meantime, Pisces Rising, says... This should all the people push him in the corner. He said, yeah, he promised to, actually. He said he will come back as a ghost and haunt them. I've been very depressed about that whole story. It's been a very upsetting week to think about it. If that guy is not allowed to be in comics because of the embedded jerks, who is? He was an underground cartoonist. He did superhero comics. He did, mainstream stuff. He did indie stuff. He was well known in manga. He had a super popular YouTube channel. And the leaked DMs were nothing. There's nothing incriminating on them. If you look at them, you could say, well, it's inappropriate for him to be talking to that girl, but they weren't even explicit. There wasn't nothing, it wasn't even suggestive. Like they were like, well, he said good girl, but the context was, what movie. And it was a reference to a movie. It was the Hunter S. Thompson movie and stuff like that. And she said, yeah, I would go and do all this stuff. And he's like, yeah, he said, good girl. Like, that's a good choice. And he says, this is a guy from Pittsburgh. He's, that's part of the lingo in that area. They call themselves the Comics Kayfabe Boys. What the? There was nothing suggestive in there. Even the offer, yeah, if you're ever swinging through here, you can stay here if you want. I mean, that doesn't mean anything to me at all. They never met in person, and that's as far as the conversation went, and that's what he's being killed for? I don't understand it. Can we move on? It's hard to move on. Did you want me to bring you on? Oh, it is comic drama. You're blissfully unaware, Dintutu. Hang on. Whoops. There we go. I'm bringing you back on.
Hey.
There you are.
Yeah, today. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome, my dude.
How are you doing? Yeah, I get it. I get it that you want to move on. I do too, because it's very depressing, and I've gotten to the point where I'm over it. I think, but very annoying.
It doesn't sound that way, but no.
Oh, I'm still mad. I think a lot of people are mad, and like people are beyond the stage of what the hell just happened, and now they're getting to the stage of, how can we tolerate this?
I want to talk about OJ.
OJ Simpson?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, it's like.
What is your memory of OJ Simpson? Because you're a lot younger than I am.
I heard he died or something.
He did. He
I
did.
didn't.
Yes.
I didn't know he was sick.
No, he kept that a secret because even just like 5 months ago, he was saying, I'm looking forward to the Super Bowl next year, or whatever it was,
Mhm.
So he
I
kind of
know,
hid it, I
like,
guess.
all I know is like everybody. I've heard about the news, and then like everybody was just mentioning Norm Macdonald. Like,
Yeah, because
yeah, he
Norm
was
was the only
always
one
the
who would
guy.
call him out.
Yeah,
Everyone else was
absolutely.
afraid to.
Yeah, he called out Clintons too, like on
Yeah,
numerous occasions. Yeah. Well, there you go.
I quite like Norm Macdonald. He was great.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
One of the how's it going?
Hey, Tim,
Good
too.
morning. I know it's morning for you.
Mm-hmm.
I probably have to leave a bit early. Depends on what's going on with my girlfriend.
Enjoy this frog nun.
Yeah. I saw this page. Looking good.
Mm-hmm. Yup.
So I'm thinking of doing this like online zine. Like it'll be just PDF.
Okay.
And I'll be using like, have you seen like the vintage paper, like the scanned paper?
Be more specific, I guess.
So they have it for Procreate, but they have it for everything.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these places, they'll put out scanned paper so you can incorporate a paper texture into your art without it really ever having been on paper.
Oh yeah.
So I've like, obviously I'm here's this
printing is just too good now, right?
Yeah, because printing is too good.
We need to go back, we need to rub the dust off an old like Xerox machine,
Exactly. Well, then, and by the way, those machines are all falling apart now too. So
work should have one. Maybe I'll ask them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're lucky because you live closer to Asia, so I'm assuming that shipping from Japan is cheaper. I can get a Rizzo Gakko.
I'll actually look at the map. I guess Japan on the map. Wait, is it? I was gonna look at.
Well, you're in the Pacific Ocean.
Philippines, South Korea. I guess you could say that. 12 hours. It's 12 hours from here, I guess.
Okay, so it's like 36 from here, I think. Well, because I'm on the other side of the U.S. too. I'm not even on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. But so they actually have a Rizzograph machine that you can buy. It's a single color machine. It's you can get it pretty much brand new, but they ship from Japan it costs about $60 to ship them, which seems actually not that expensive for the shipping. The only problem is that it's a single color machine. So if you wanted to do prints with more than one color, you would print it, and then you would have to make a new plate, line your paper up on it, put the plate over the top, and print the second color over the top of your first color, which I think is cool.
I think I don't think I've ever had a Rizo. I may have gotten some zines that done Rizo printing.
Oh, I'm sure you did. It was super popular for zines like in the 90s. So even if you have just an older one, but there's still people doing it. Like and then the nice Rizzo machines are like $2,000. But some people actually have them. I mean, I could probably I can afford a car. I guess I could afford one of these machines, but I don't think I would use it as enough to justify the purchase. But there's this guy named James Pham. He does stuff for like Cartoon Network and all kinds of other stuff. Let me find. I'll find his website, and then James Pham the Zines. I think that's his name. There's his LinkedIn. Oh, he's got an Instagram. Let's see if he puts his art on the Instagram. Not really.
On the gram.
He doesn't put that out there, but let's see. James Pham Press. Giant Robot. Okay, there it is. Giant Robot. Ah, crud. Well, let's see. Atomic Books. Oh, here it is. Atomic Books. Zines. All right, let's see. Epoxy Zine Fam. Okay, here's this dude's store envy. I'm going to present my screen, and this has been super inspiring to me. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see those? These are his zines, and those are all done with risograph. And some of them are really dense. Like this one's super, there's 3 colors here. I love the orange color that's in there. I think that's just a screen print from it.
They look kind of neat.
Yeah, it's and this is an overlay that he did, but
Ooh.
like it has that kind of vintagey look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking the look. Go ahead.
I know what it is, but did they rise to the cover as well? Like,
yeah.
Oh, nice.
The cover is risograph as well, or Rizo. I love this. It's cool. Most risograph machines look like total crap. Let me see if I can bring up TCJ.com. TCJ is the comics journal. And if I go in here to search and I search risograph, it was a huge deal. There's by the way, look, there's risograph workbook 5. That's James Pham. If you go back and you look at some of these, they just look like pretty crappy. Like, let's see if I can find some of the. If I go all the way back to like 6 over here, it's Michael DeForge. I mean, it's okay, but it's kind of lame. I don't know. That's not risograph. Let me see if I can find some more. Chicago's zine scene. So a lot of people doing these are that one's kind of neat. I love that. It has a real arty look to it that I haven't really paid a lot of attention to before. And now I'm kind of interested in it, and I want to do something like it. Look at that. That's kind of neat. Like, this is well within both of our range, Sideburns. We have an art style that would not be completely out of place here. It's just the print aesthetic is the only thing missing, because I've never really designed for print before. So then I was looking at how would you design the line art for ink, and I figured out how to do it. It took me a while to do, but well, that's kind of cool. Same deal there. Have you seen those mangas where it's printed in like a colored ink, like that, like maybe green or pink?
Yeah, green ink for manga. Not much manga in this.
Maybe a dark blue or something.
Is that Spooderman?
Treasure
I've
Island.
read a bit of Demon. I've read a bit of that Demon comic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So there's some green ink right there.
Cool. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't know.
I think it's kind of neat. So Den22's got let's see. If you have printed paper and print it, would it ruin the experience? Yes, it would. So that's the only problem. Den22 is if you get some of those vintage paper scans, to print it on regular paper, it's like a paper print over a printer. I don't think it works very well. This is according to my girlfriend who works in print. Like, that's one of her that's like her real life job, is to manage printed paper brochures for like big colleges and things. And she says that it usually, like, if you print a texture, it will not look right on regular paper. And also, Den22 says a single color machine. So instead of black and white, it's just black. Not that it matters, but still. No, it would indeed be just black, but it wouldn't just be just black. It would be just green or just red or whatever color you choose. You get the ink in these tubes that look like acrylic paint, and you just kind of squirt it onto the onto the drum, and then you have to bray it, and then and then you have like a little like a silk screen almost, and you have to expose the screen with these light bulbs that are one use. By the way, that's the other thing that sucks. And anyways, I'll stop the screen share. Sorry.
That's okay.
I was excited to see that stuff, and it was inspiring me, and I was making me want to like try some of it out. And so this is a demo of how to do screen printing. I'm going to screen print or Rizzo print this pterodactyl using just these two colors. And you can see I've already got let me just show you. So there's the green layer, and there's the pink layer, and then when you put them together, you get this sort of brown color. Whoops, let me take that back out. So it's got almost this brownish gold, but it's really just the green layer and the pink layer together.
And you show them together?
Yeah, when they're overprinted. So in fact, I could even take one. Let's see if I moved it a little bit. Whoops. If I move this one, and I just moved a little to the side, you can see it actually is two layers.
Mm-hmm. Chromatic aberration.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I was thinking about doing like photos, which I've never really messed with. There's no CMYK separations in Procreate. I don't know if there is in some of the other ones. I think there are in Photoshop, but or GIMP or something like that. But you can kind of fake it. What's that?
I don't know.
Maybe Fresco does have it. Does it have it?
I don't know.
It would have to have like the channels, the red, yellow, and blue channel, or whatever it is. The chromatic aberration filter that's in Procreate, you can just do it. You'd have to make 3 copies of it, just like I made the 3 copies of my outlines, and then you would just flatten the other 2 channels. Because when you get the when we do a chromatic aberration, is it? There it is, right here. You can see what it's doing is it's splitting apart the red, yellow, and blue channels right here.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is right here.
Hmm.
So these are the actual. That's kind of neat, actually. I'm kind of liking that.
Hmm.
I like all these effects here. But you can do it 3 times, but just flatten 2 of the 3 channels on each one, and then you have complete control, and you can toggle the hue up and down, the transparency, to do all these kinds of things with it. Whoops, none. Or change the blur on it or whatever. Anyway, cancel. We're not actually going to do that. All right. What we are going to do is I want to do this pink moon in the background here. It's got to be on its own layer. Multiply.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if this like, is it supposed to be a child, by the way? Oh, you're not showing it on the screen. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. What what oh, you're looking at
I'm still sharing screen. I'm sharing my screen.
Oh, okay. Let me add it in. There we go, like that.
Mm-hmm. I just didn't know. So this is meant to be a child, by the way.
Yeah, that red is a child, the lizard child.
Yeah, I just
because she's an alien, like, or not. She's not an alien, but she goes to an alien school.
Yeah, just to know if it's overcooked or anything.
No, that read really well to me, actually.
Mm-hmm.
The flashback sequence. So those are always hard to pull off. Flashback sequences, where and there's so many different ways to do it. I'm
kind of gonna work in textual effects, like the one with the previous, like when I did when I did an ink wash, but added the halftones for it.
Oh yeah, that looked great. By the way, is that how you're doing the blackboard here?
Blackboard. This was a simple crosshatch brush that I used.
That would keep out as well, pretty well,
Thank you.
pretty good.
It's all in the ink layer as well, so it's not too bad.
Don't put it on the ink layer like
lassoed.
that.
I just lassoed them, but no, it seemed to work okay. Oops.
I need to learn more about how masking and layer masking and what are some of the other ones? Masking, clipping mask, and all that stuff works. Because I did figure it out for the whatchamacallit. For getting rid of for changing the ink color over. There's this fill layer mode that works really well. But I literally had to get like a step-by-step, like step 1, do this, step 2, do that. And I didn't really understand what I was doing when I did it. And so now I've got it all figured out, but I still don't know the principles behind it enough to convert it over. And well, maybe that's not true. I did figure it out a little bit. And the reason I say that is because I was able to flatten my single color, only black and white, only black and transparent rather, drawings and turn them into colored ink. But if you have white in there, like in this case, I had white fills in my speech bubbles and stuff. It totally ruins it because you have to invert it, so that would turn it black. But I did figure out a way how to flatten that and bring the transparency back. Sideburns is asking what I already know, but what art program are you using?
Clip Studio.
Clip Studio Pro, the choice of many. The choice of champions. Many people love that particular program. I could not figure it out. It's my own failing.
Don't worry.
But I really am thinking about getting into Adobe Fresco on the new one. Tuco is shaming me. He's like, "Oh, this is what you got to do."
Tuco?
Yeah, Tuco. He's a frequent visitor here.
Yeah, I've seen him for a few times.
Yeah. It's all because of Chris Piasek, and Marsh is getting into Chris Piasek too.
His logo, like motion graphics, look cool. Yeah,
they do look neat, and he's got a bunch of classes on Skillshare. I started one. I'm going to take it, and I want to take it seriously too. Like actually, like go through and do every exercise and.
Very good. Nice.
Yeah.
I should take more classes. I'm still taking that gouache course. I have to.
Your initial results were really good on that gouache course. Like that was super impressive.
All I have to do is just the final project and it's finished. But I have to plan parts of it before then. I think my composition is it's missing some things, but it should be fun. It should be interesting to me. Shit. Oh, okay, here we go.
Oh, I screwed this up. There we go.
Yes. Lizards age differently to us.
anything else you think is useful in Skillshare, I might try it out. Oh, there's tons of stuff that's useful in Skillshare. Well, it depends on what do you want to draw it into too? Like what kind of stuff? Like some things that I really liked were Gabrielle Bricky's female portraits. I could not. Well, some people say I still can't draw a female face. I can't draw pretty girls. Like Sideburns can draw a pretty girl. I can't do that. So that was really helpful to me to get a little bit closer. There's a guy named, oh man, I'll have to look up what his name is. Oh, Ian Mark, that does sort of comics how-to stuff that's really good. Chris Piasek has like 9 classes in there, and it's everything from animation to lettering, and including lettering sound effects. So you can like lettering incorporated with art. So basically comic book sound effects, but he's not calling it that. He's calling it more like logos and stuff like that. So I want to take that one. There's a bunch that I want to take. I often for the price, it's worth it to me. It's like $60 for the whole year.
I often see like Domestika do this thing where they'll say they'll have a sale like where they say courses are $79, but it's actually $6 right now for 3 hours. Like I've gotten courses that way, but I haven't checked out Skillshare really that much.
It's kind of the same thing, although it's mostly in English.
Yeah.
Like Domestika has a lot of sort of foreign language stuff that's translated.
I can really see that texture you got now, the printed texture.
Yeah, it's a sampled texture that's supposed to look, as if it were. Well, there's one thing I want to do is get rid of my pencil layer. That one should be gone anyways. Oof. I can hear the storm rolling in.
VUT. RS.
But back onto the subject of like photos, photo bashing in zines has always been kind of a thing where you would take a zine, like a photo of something, and kind of reduce it to halftones and collage it in with other stuff. And I want to do that, but with like I have all these crazy vintage action figures and things, and I thought that might be funny to do something like that. To do like, make a little scene with your guys and then photo and then degrade the photo, a little bit. There's among the James Pham stuff that I was showing you, there's a thing that's not on that list called, I think it's called Toy Zine. There was one that was just like custom action figures, but the one he did, it was all like vintage ads and stuff like that were just sort of reprinted and interesting and very cool. All right. Let me bring me back my layer. All right. So color separations does not take a very long time. I've done this whole drawing so far. I'll pull the pencil back off. Since the start of the stream, it's going pretty well.
Uh-huh.
Oh, let me bring my pencil back. but on like a some of that digital fake paper on a flip book and like on a I gotta figure out how people are selling these, like the digital versions of these zines. I think digital's got to be the way to go. As much as I love print, and I've been kind of planning on print for the last couple of years. And optimizing for print. Whoops. Whoa. Here we go. I think there should be some like, $5 option of, or or even $1 option for getting the digital version. Just because you want to read it and look at it, not necessarily own it and have it in your hands. All right, so here is a completed, or not quite completed print. Now, this is the other thing I wanted to do. Take this whole thing.
I remember this art exhibition I did. I was actually under a different nickname at the time, but like a different. Even online, I was like different. I was Baneflame before, but I made like bookmarks with my art on them, and they had I'd cut out each individually, and I'd have help like making tassels.
Uh-huh.
That was very cool. And when I displayed, so on the day I was displaying them, and I had also merchandise with them as well. It was interesting. It's like a community-based like exhibit kind of, but it was kind of a mini market as well, because there were I sold some of the bookmarks, but there were people who wanted the actual artwork on there, but it was printed on MDF. I mean, it was printed on foam, but it was an interesting experience. Say that was when I was selling physical media at the time, and I did a few zine fairs beforehand. There was like Festival of Photocopy was one as well. Like I actually made a zine. I won a little golden stapler award, which was that was pretty neat at the time. But yeah, I think I did zines a bit later than the first exhibit, but the first exhibit was pretty interesting.
I think it might be cool to get back into that sort of thing,
Because the interaction, it's a bit different than a store. You're there for like if it's like an online store where you're physical, digital goods, you know what you want most of the time, but there's an ambiguous situation with stall owners, like people with stalls and goods of any kind, like like physical, like zine, whether it's zines or like merch for their comic book, that sort of thing. Oopsie.
I'm using a stipple brush as an eraser to create this.
Nice.
You can see it.
Looks like the Japanese, like the Rising Sun.
Yeah, it's as I was kind of going for like a
Rodon's attacking Tokyo.
I actually, that Rodan. So when I was looking for references, I looked up Rodan. So I didn't get a very good picture of him, but I got enough to figure out where the little lump on the back of the head was. All right, so wait, we're going to take the whole thing.
Can I smudge this?
Hang on.
Okay.
Let me grab some of the vintage paper. I'll use this damaged cardstock.
Okay.
Copy canvas.
A lot of good panels in manga rely on simplicity. I don't think. I'm trying to achieve a certain feeling with that. I think in most of the pages I'm doing, like there's this unique sense of simplicity with some of it. Don't overcomplicate it is all, really.
Absolutely.
Oh,
All right, I've got a couple of things. Like shopping. He's saying, would you library or bookstore?
You said there's a verb. Would you library?
Would you rather be in a library or a bookstore?
I've mentioned I go to libraries sometimes, and I just like it's funny. I pick out a lot of DVDs to the library, so I end up picking up like 16 at one time, like DVDs.
Yeah, I think I would prefer the library myself.
So fun, and I could just return these. Great.
All right. So Dintu 2, I'm going to show you two cool tricks here. One is the halftone trick. Is it screen print or full color? I'm not 100% sure. It's usually like about 4%. So that brings back these sort of Ben-Day dots to the color.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one I liked was chromatic aberration.
Oh, it's my friend's birthday today. I wish him.
Oh, wow. Okay. I created a problem for myself down here. All right, and now we're going to put in a printing error. I want to use the pink ink. So this is what I was telling you about earlier. They have all these print errors, these defections, and like, for example, a print defects or roller smudges, or a dry drum, for example, or even a ghost print. Here's a ghost print error that you might get with an actual machine. So it's just an overprint. So look at this. If I just go, it's just some extra ink that's smudged on there. Hang on. Let me do another one. Test print defect. So you see a little smudge over there. To me, they're hilarious because it is in a sense it's very fake, but it's also kind of fun. All right, now if I take this is the right size to post to Instagram, I think. I have to check. It is not the right size. Okay.
Mildy emoji.
So copy canvas with the smudges on it. Oh, you know what I could have done? I could have done some shading underneath. Let's go back and do that. Let's go back in time here. Here's the original. I'm going to get Rizzo Wets 50%, and I'm going to use that same green color. And we're just going to, where is it? Multiply. only unfortunate thing is it's an ugly brown, this pink and green together. Like that is an ugly brown.
Hmm.
Oh, the light is glaring right in here. Can you see the glaring light on my hand?
Yes.
That's the sun coming down over here.
That happens in the morning with me. Like the sun, we have like some in the dining room. We just have well, it's actually anyway. But the floor is just like it's stained floor, like stained wood floor, and when the light hits it, it's so blinding. Like
Oh, is it like
Actually-
reflective?
I had to put it like a carpet there. I just didn't get to stop it blinding me. Like whoa. It's so overpowering at times. Like it imprints in my vision. But
I could even do like spots on them, or like you could do like, some kind of like dinosaur stripes.
wait a minute. No. Cheese dice? What? No. Tell you. Where is it? It'll be.
All right. Let me put some music on. Hang on. Do. I've got something in here. Nope. Can't figure out where to fit those. It's over here.
I'm gonna have a color layer.
All right.
I tried printing. I printed one of the poem pages, and the grays have to be well. I'll make sure, like, because when you print grays, it'll be like at least 50% darker.
Yeah, that's the trouble is you can't figure out the
You can play
what
around.
things are gonna look like.
What's
What's the music
right.
genre? Ambient. This is
Yeah.
just a question. I made this music, by the way.
pretty cool?
This was just me goofing around.
It was Kevin McLeod. No,
Paste. That looks better than the other one did. Okay. Okay. I'm going to put my print error back in. Oh, there's a fingerprint. That one doesn't look good.
It's good. Did you take lessons? For music. I think he's
Oh, for the-
self-taught, right?
I am self-taught. I did take lessons later on in life. When I first started playing lap steel, I was trying to learn off of YouTube, and then I decided, okay, I'll get serious and I'll find somebody who can teach me lap steel. And he turned out to be this really old guy named Randy, and he taught me a lot about music theory. So it became less about lap steel technique and more about music theory after a while. But from there, I was able to pick up just about any instrument. I picked up mandolin and banjo and a bunch of other instruments just for goofing around purposes. Okay, I'm liking this. Copy canvas. And then we're going to make a new select stack. Why is this? Oh, okay, I got it. I screwed that up. But where did original go? Oh, that's okay. That's the original. Okay, I got it. Copy canvas.
Copy that.
Instagram size. This is my Instagram portrait size. So if anyone is watching who's interested in sharing your work on Instagram,
Is there a way
It
to
won't
share both of cameras, like share a screen and that? Or you can only share your camera, I guess, on two screens?
so I think I can share yours. Why is it not showing yours? How about like this?
Mine's a screen share. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is it.
So that works, and maybe that works. How about even bigger?
Yeah, that's a thumb. It just works. I think you had it last time. You had it very small, but also I just hope we're both accommodated, as best we can.
Yeah, we had it figured out. It took me a while.
No worries.
So you're kind of doing a lot of the same stuff I have to do, which is like the strategic erasing of the tones.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna share it. Share. JPEG. Is it pronounced? Sideburns, what's your opinion? Is it pronounced JPEG or GPEG? Is it pinge or pinig?
Joint Photographic Experts Group.
instead of PNG or JPEG. Like that's the one nobody asked the question about.
JPEG.
JPEG.
Mhm.
Print demo I did on screen. Print demo I did on stream.
I want to do this.
Risograph did. Export successful. And let's see how it looks. Nice. All right. So there's my other dinosaur. And then there's page 7. Okay. We got ahead of the game. I feel good about that. So I've got, by the way, Shell's in the comics class I'm in.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
And she's like, I won't join unless we're allowed to do create our own stuff. So the teacher's like, all right, we're doing create our own stuff. And he gave us an assignment. It's basically I would like a 4-page script and 4 pages of roughs by next week on Wednesday. And I think people are feeling a bit overwhelmed. I'm not 100% sure. I'm on a group chat with the rest of the students, and they're like, oh, I don't know.
Is this what you wanted?
I feel good about it. I turned in my these are my walkthroughs or my turnarounds.
Mm-hmm.
So this is I'll share my screen for a second. There it is. This is my new Unga Bunga design, where I'm gonna have him without the mask. And I was gonna have a velociraptor and a gorilla, and also the bad guy is the mummy wizard. But here, I'll put it back on. There we go.
Mm.
Personally, I pronounce it peach. I like that. There used to be a Monty Python skit where the guy's like, "Okay, I just want you to audition for the music performance. Just read off of this sheet of music," and they start playing piano, and the guy's reading off the music, and he's like, "Okay, and now sing," and he goes, "You say tomato, and I say tomato, 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 tomato." You know, because he's reading it off the screen. He doesn't know how to pronounce it different ways. It's a funny skit. All right, anyways. Here's another thing I got to do. Let me just get back on track here. All right, we're at the 1 hour mark. I'm just going to go over the things that I have left. Those are my roughs. Or Unga Bunga is such a famous caveman saying. Wonder where it originated. I'll have to look it up. I'm not sure either. I actually picked it as a joke because I thought it would be funny to rocket ship Evan, who made him laugh. So there's my roughs for Rabbit Fighter. Nothing special going on there. And then, where's the other one? And this is the possibly late, but I'm not sure it matters, Kickstarter for TerraQuest.
There's a thing like Clip Studio has over Procreate.
What's that?
You can work outside like the box or the dimensions of what.
Oh yeah, I do like that.
And whereas like Procreate, because Procreate does things often to like help with performance, so it'll it automatically crops something if you extend it, like if you enlarge it way too much.
Super annoying. Yeah, where if it goes outside of the canvas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you make something bigger than the canvas, like you change the size and then you bring the canvas back in, you don't get your piece back.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Because it crops it automatically. How is it? Why is this not getting bigger, like longer? It's just going this way. Maybe I'll enlarge it.
Oof. Peter. Slightly better.
Hmm.
Whack.
Whack!
Or did you hit by the ruler?
It's not. No, that's not a ruler. Though
I think I have a
she may get, though she may get hit on this, like a misunderstanding.
yeah. I mean, that's the story for Debbie, right? She's not a bad kid.
We'll see how it unfolds. But
All right. Just gonna warn you. My girlfriend's coming back up the stairs.
I understand you have to leave soon.
I gotta leave at 7:30. So
It's like 9:04 right now. So what's?
it's 7:04 here. So 9:30 for you.
Okay.
30 minutes.
All right, no problem.
26 minutes.
No worries. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Dang. Oh, whoa. No. All right.
This guy needs more chicken. Where's Jen? It says gullible in the air particles. Where?
Ah!
I can't see it.
Hmm. Yeah, politics.
I'm gonna have to look up David Cho's Slow Jams because that's another example of a comic rendered as a zine that made him kind of famous. Although part of the problem is he's David Cho. I mean, he's a really good
It's a good
painter, among other things.
What's going on?
I'm sad that we don't live in a universe that has the Xeric Grant in it anymore.
What?
They used to have this thing called the Xeric Grant that was given to aspiring comics artists who are trying to get their book out.
Mhm.
I'm getting close to the point where I'm ready to start getting serious about comics. It's funny to hear myself say that. I've been doing comics nonstop for 5 years almost. But I'm getting close to the point where I feel like I'm almost ready to do something serious. I've been kind of just in learning mode, experimenting mode,
Mhm.
trying different things. I've become very opinionated over the years.
I've mostly been doing one comic for a few years now.
That's where I would like to be. I would like to get to that point where I'm doing that, like one comic.
Mhm.
And I'm ready to drop the other ones. It's one of the reasons I changed the outfit for Unga Bunga. I was thinking, okay, I do like the concept. I think it's a cool concept. But we have to do a pitch. We have to do an elevator pitch for the character too,
Mhm.
where we have to, for 30 seconds live, and it's timed, and it's on. It's in class on video.
Mhm.
You have to sell your idea of the comic to the teacher. So
It
for 30
kind of,
seconds-
he kind of looks like a caveman, like Phantom in a way.
Yeah. Oh, it's built in that way. That's on purpose.
Mhm.
There's always been. That's going to be in my elevator pitch. I'm going to say that superheroes and the jungle have always kind of gone together, since the age of Tarzan. And the Phantom, of course, lives in the jungle too.
Nice.
So, this is not my pitch that I'm giving you right now, but it's going to say, prehistoric science fiction adventure
Mhm.
with a bombastic caveman and his friends fighting against the forces of evil. I almost wanted it to be like Adventure Time or Batman Brave and the Bold, where it's not serious superheroes, but kind of like for fun.
Mhm.
Like Adventure Time is very fun. I think if I could match that tone, or even regular show, like regular show is hilarious.
Mhm.
It would have to be really silly to be like adventure, like regular show, but I mean,
Yeah, the person.
it would be like Unga Bunga and Goro are out skateboarding one day or something. There's going to be something more to it. Oops. You ever write down your funny ideas on your phone, and if so, how can you? I don't myself. You ever write down your funny ideas on the phone?
Not on my phone. I have a sketchbook mostly.
I do, like at night. When I'm trying to fall asleep, I will often. That's when I come up with, I think, my best ideas.
Phones often have distractions built in, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
sketchbook.
I would agree on that. Yeah.
Context switching.
Oops. There's my Well, this might end up being pretty good, actually.
I learned I kind of redid like Debbie's face, like I sketched her face profile a bit different. So I'm gonna try and make a new turnaround, just for that part. Kind of update her design in a way, but not totally. Just a few things here and there. I mean, the comic's often consistent, but I'm not really on a deadline as much. As much as I post every week a schedule, I just don't really have a deadline.
Yeah,
Publishing.
it's a self-imposed deadline, you know, when it comes down to it.
Mhm. Yeah. Fake.
I'm looking at this belt and I think I did it wrong.
Should.
Okay. Center line is like right there.
More gloom.
Good. Started following this one channel called, what is it called? I think it's called The Little Things. But what it is, yeah, it's called The Little Things. It's all like information about vintage toys and action figures, which is like I'm totally into it. Oh man, edit the ellipse. There it goes.
Oh.
That's probably why people keep their phones near their beds. It's not healthy though. Yeah, I would agree. I don't. I leave my phone downstairs. We live in a 2-floor place, so my phone is not around. I do read my Kindle at night. Kindle Fire.
I activated a passcode, so now it's kind of a bit like it's a better friction so that I don't touch my phone as much.
Oh, really? So you do like a little lock yourself out kind of deal?
Yeah. I don't block everything like social. Like for Gilded, for example, I don't block.
If there was an emergency, you would probably want to get that call. I mean, if that were to happen.
Mhm. I only have like mostly work numbers, so not much.
So it's an emergency calling you into work. That would be terrible. Guardians, get here immediately. Yes, sir.
Oh man, I hope I don't have troubles next week because I have like service to do, like bike service on a Friday. It's on a Friday, but
This is for your motorbike.
yeah, it's like very minor thing to do with travel, but otherwise should be fine. Should save. At least Procreate has like autosave. That's a nice thing.
I do like that as well.
Is there a certain comic on your most common share? Comic on the share.
Yes, there is. There's a couple of couple of lingo terms. I'll give you an example of one I use a lot. Fake. I'm going to fake a background. That means I'm not doing the perspective grid.
Yeah.
I do. There's other terms than that. There's plenty of them.
I'm trying to think of one now.
You think of some others? When in Dowdy, one finger outie.
Yeah. That's
I say that one. You're drawing hands.
I don't want to move on just quickly. I want to think about it, but
This hand is really off. It's too big of a- Watched a sad stream with Elisa Chung. Do you know her?
Elise Chung, no.
She's a streamer. She's an art
I
streamer.
think that's an artist, yeah. Elise
Yeah.
Chung.
You've probably seen her because she's got almost 1 million followers. She's currently going through some stuff. She wants to leave Canada and live in Japan. That might be a good idea. She lives in like I think it's Toronto.
Alexa Chung?
She lives in
Alicia.
yeah, but the problem is she lives in that one city where they legalize drugs completely, and it's just complete
Mm.
societal collapse, like in that area. You know,
Register. Is this from what you're talking about? Let's save that.
I can't remember the name of the stream. I think it says something like "What's been happening with me lately."
I
'Cause
know
she-
the one. Is she like make a web? Is she making a website? That's what I saw last video.
Lisa's on diary. Let me look. I didn't know she was on this.
Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's exactly her.
Yeah. Mhm.
Professional neat.
Yeah,
Artist in the world. That's totally her.
Mhm.
It's a really sad stream. I watched most of it. I was like, oh no.
Oh no, Canada.
Well, there's other stuff going on too. But I mean,
Oh, that's a neat printer. Oh.
well, going
I
along with
understand,
this idea.
Oh,
of
sorry?
Doing sorry. Going along with this idea of going digital rather than print with fake print. I think I might have to get it more into color. I think that might be part of the solution. You know, I would totally do it if it were economically feasible. The other solution is the Jim Rugg version, which is Let me show you this website. Hang on. So these guys do zines. I think it's called, is it Discount Copy? No, it's called let me show you this website. Now you probably this would not work for you in Australia though, unfortunately.
What is it?
It is called Best Value Copy. This is a copy shop, like we used to have Kinko's in the US, which we don't have anymore. We have a couple.
We have quick copy here.
You have Quick Copy or something like that. But this is an online only one, and you can get color copies for 9 cents. So if we were to do zines, you could do them in color. You would just have to assemble them yourself, with the bone folder and the stapler and all that. Oops, let me bring you back.
Oh my god, a Pepe.
At the stage. There it is.
I'd like to change my job at some point.
For you?
Yeah, me.
Well, inevitably, you probably can't work at what you're doing forever. You're probably gonna have to.
No.
Although I'll tell you what, no shame in that at all.
No.
I plan on being a volunteer worker at some point in my life.
That sounds nice.
I want to volunteer at a library. I think that would be fun.
I can see you making learning fun for everyone.
Making learning fun. Whoa. That was awful. What am I doing?
Am I following her? Let's see. Yes, I will follow Alyssa. Oh my god.
For a while, she was kind of doing portrait tutorials, kind of like Colleen. And then she was doing stickers that were really interesting. And then, for a while, she was just doing demos of the Beyblade game. You remember Beyblade?
Yeah.
The top game. I was just laughing. There's all kinds of stuff. But apparently, she's not happy lately.
Well, I understand that. Anyway.
Yeah.
What's this? Ooh. Oh, no music. What?
All right. It is 7:26. We're getting closer to the end for today.
Yep. I will be posting this very soon. Hopefully
It'll be up on.
Hopefully in half an hour.
This will be available on ducklingstar.thecomicseries.com.
Yep. You have the link. Here it is.
I have the link right here.
Go check it out. I posted another page yesterday. I usually post around Saturday, Sunday here, but Friday for you. Nothing like. So you'll have something to look forward to. Wait.
Very cool.
Mhm.
Please follow, and subscribe. Check out ducklingstar.thecomicseries.com. Let me switch to this review for a second. This will be part of Tarot Quest. There's a Kickstarter. The Kickstarter might actually be over by now, and I'm not sure they made their Kickstarter, but the game is still coming out. My part of the game is actually for a much later thing. It's the D&D supplement. And I say my part of the game. I'm only doing the illustration. It's not actually my game at all. The doing a thing. I also have something in Trollzine 15, I think. I'm pretty sure they accepted it. I'll show it to you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I got this done right here. This is a shot of a Tunnels and Trolls team fighting off a Colossus.
Very nice.
Yeah. And I gave it to them. I gave them a little bit of a bonus. They said, okay, you can have that. And then I also split it apart into different. So I gave them the troll. I gave them the fighter. They're back view. I gave them the leprechaun, which he isn't very large in the scene. And then this flying lizard guy as separate drawings too. So I don't know how soon that's going to happen. Fingers crossed for... I believe his name is Mosker or Alcazar. I can't remember which guy. And Hubert class is cranking up, so pretty soon you'll be seeing me doing Hubert School homework vlogs again. I'm going to be doing the roughs tonight, and hopefully, well, I can't actually touch them until he does the critique because he's going to change them up. All right. Please like, follow, and subscribe. It is 7:28, so we're getting done just a little bit early.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for joining us. Absolutely. And I will see you later.
Because all you of Earth are idiots.